law. So, welcome everybody.
The sound is making a crackle. Oh, that's better.
Okay, it's so good to see you all again. So, tonight
You need to turn off original sound.
there is no original sound on.
Oh, it's crackling. That's better.
Every time when I talk, it will be horrible. I don't know what to do about it, sweetie.
Good for us here in Holland.
What did you say?
It's good in Holland. For me, it's good.
Okay, that's great. So, I don't know what it is. It is not. Oh, there's nothing I can do about Georgie. One moment. Okay, I hope it is good enough. So tonight we are going to talk a little bit about wisdom after all of this. Hey! So, what is wisdom? What is wisdom about? So, like any non-dual quality, to really come to the depth of the quality, we need to be detached a little bit. We need to be detached a little bit from our personality. And in case of wisdom, we need to be detached from knowledge and from experience. And of course, when you look, we have knowledge-based people. And they will tell us the truth according to the newspaper or according what is printed. And, you wouldn't believe it, but sometimes when we read something in the newspaper, it is true. It is real knowledge. But knowledge is very helpful. And through knowledge we come to understanding. But when we see knowledge as the highest truth there is a lack of wisdom. Somebody is coming to a room and says, "It's really cold here." And a knowledge-based person looks at the thermometer and says, "It's 22 degrees, it is not cold." And then, of course, we have the experience-based person. And the experience-based person, takes everything according to his or her own experience. What I experienced is reality. So the experience-based person will say, "It's really warm here. What are you complaining about?" Because your experience is the reality, isn't it? So to come to wisdom, we kind of have to detach a little bit both from knowledge as from experience. That doesn't mean that we kind of throw away experience as not being important. Experience is very important. It gives often a direction. It can lead to understanding. It is connected. But it's important to understand that the experience you have is your experience. It's how we experience a reality at that moment. And your experience is not objective. It's quite subjective. And it could be that another person is experiencing the same thing in a total different way. And then, when we look at experience, and when we look at knowledge, we have the tendency to identify ourselves, both with experience and knowledge. This is not new. To identify with knowledge is not new. I think, so I am. And what are you thinking about? Philosophy, Socrates, Aristotle, high thoughts, deep understanding. And again, understanding leads to knowledge, and knowledge leads to understanding. But when we look at knowledge, knowledge is not a stable thing. It is a whole process of development. What we think to know now, maybe in 10 years, we say, okay, no, it was not really like that. What I understood then, now I've got a deeper understanding, a better understanding. So the truth changed. Is that true? Or are we only able to to perceive the truth from a certain viewpoint? And is the truth changing all the time? So if truth is changing all the time, what is not changing? If the truth doesn't exist, so where do we anchor in? Maybe the newspaper. Maybe common sense. Maybe everybody says that, so. Or is there something deeper when we look behind knowledge? So maybe how we recognize what is truth for us in the knowledge we get is our sense of truth, and that doesn't change. Our ability to experience truth in knowledge which is brought forward. So when we look to wisdom, so also the sense of truth is important in this. And the understanding that knowledge is something which is changing all the time. And it means when wisdom is coming forward as an inner core quality, it only can come forward in the here and now, at this moment. If we write down our wise words, and other people are reading them and say, oh, that is very wise. Or we record them like today. And somebody is listening to it later and they say, oh my God, there is a lot of wisdom in what this guy is saying. It's already old cheese. Because real wisdom is only possible to be in the here and now, in this moment. And sometimes you can apply it for a period, but after a period, it evaporates. It's linked to the here and it's linked to the now. It's born in the here and it's born in the now. And where is it born from? What is wisdom? And that's again is a kind of a little bit of a miracle. So first, what I already said, there need to be some detachment from knowledge, and there need to be some detachment from experience. So is wisdom then no knowledge and no experience? No, wisdom can be knowledge-based. And wisdom can be experience-based. But maybe, when understanding, which can be a product of knowledge, and feeling, the feeling experience in the moment are coming together, maybe this is where wisdom is born. So it's not either knowledge or experience, but it's knowledge and experience brought together as one. And that's very interesting, because when we look to our brain, and the intellectual part of the brain is much more on the left side, and the intuitive part of the brain much more on the right side, much more to do with experiences and feelings and things like this. So then we find wisdom in the synthesis between the two sides of the brain. This is where wisdom is born. When the two sides of the brain are working together as one. And that's kind of beautiful. That means, literally it's non-dual. Literally it is born from the middle line. It's where male and female are coming together, where left and right are coming together. Where the active part is coming together with the receptive part. So wisdom is neither active nor receptive. It's both. It's an and. This is where wisdom starts. The deep realization that it's not either or, but that it is and this, and that, and that, and that. The endless and. And that's a little bit frightening in a way. It's a little bit frightening, especially when you are in a state of survival. So where do you hold on to then? To the wise words of a woman 3 generations ago. This is not wisdom, this is knowledge. To what is written down in one of our holy books. Again, this is not wisdom, this is knowledge. To what we experience when we read one of the holy books. This is not wisdom. This is experience. So what is wisdom then? Wisdom is maybe the understanding that when you experience something, when you're reading the holy books, that this is your experience. And it could be that somebody else is experiencing it in a completely different way. And that almost any experience is possible. It's not dit nor that. So why is experience important then? Because, if we are in wisdom, we are detached from our experience and we are kind of detached from our knowledge. So why would we go to school? Why would we learn mathematics, physics, languages? Languages could be handy though. At least we can understand each other. Why to learn so much? Why to kind of gather so much knowledge? If in the end it's not so important. So what is the place of knowledge then? And when you're very much in the experiential side, knowledge is like a stone on your leg. It's slowing you down. It's an authority which is preventing you to experience to the depth. So, knowledge and experience seems to be quarreling a lot with each other. You experience that, but it's written down that. And everybody knows. And experience says, you think you know a lot, but according to my experience, the reality, experience is the highest good. If you don't experience, you are dead. You're just a big mind. You should be more in your body and start to experience reality a little bit more. So there is a split. And what I said before, wisdom is where these two are coming together. Where knowledge and experience are becoming friends. But then, when you are a knowledge-based person, and you have to release the identification with what you know, because if you're very much knowledge-based, the knowledge you have is in a way what you identify with. I know a lot. I learned a lot at school. My head is full with knowledge. I know what makes the world tick. Why there are clouds. Why water is flowing down and not up. Water will never flow up. It will always fall down. I know why the oceans are in its place. I understand why birds are flying. I know the names of all the trees. Knowledge. And an identification with knowledge. And to let that go, to let go of that identification is letting go of an I. Letting go of the I which is there because of what you know. To move to an area of not knowing. I don't know. this is already moving into the whole area of wisdom. I don't know. That means we open up when we say, I don't know. We open up to the moment, to the here and now. And then, at that moment, whatever comes forward on the level of knowledge is alive. It's not something, we read 2 years ago or we learned on primary school, high school. Knowledge becomes alive in a process of understanding. Understanding is leading to knowledge, and knowledge is leading to understanding. And so there is not much to hold on to. There is not much to identify with in the I don't know. And the same is a little bit happening also when we are more experience-based. What we experience is what we can trust. Knowledge is wiggly-woggly, according to the experience-based person. It can be manipulated. People can tell you lies. Look at TikTok, it's full of lies, full of illusions. What I feel, what I experience, I can trust. And that is different from you can trust your experience. The difference is if you trust your experience, then you understand that you experience it right now at this moment. It's not absolute. So we have a tendency to identify with our experience. What we experience is reality. And the I is in the experience. Especially when we are more or less spiritual. There is a lot of I in experience. I experience the golden Buddha in my aura. So that means I am somebody. I can experience Mars moving through the skies. I experience your pain. I'm so empathic. So what if we let go of that experience, of that identification? It's the same as with knowledge. It becomes a experience. And the moment kind of we move beyond the identification, then experience is not saying anything except that it is experienced in the here and now, in the moment. So we don't take any experience to define ourselves or to define something else. I can feel that you're sad. So you are a sad person. That's identification. I can feel that you're angry. So you are an angry person. Identification. If we let go of the identification, it kind of lands in the here and in the now. And when it lands in the here and now, and also knowledge lands in the here and now, wisdom is born. In the blend between the two of them. I can feel that you are angry, but I understand that you're not angry all the time. So this moment you're experiencing some anger. That's moving towards wisdom. And you're angry, and you're loving, and you're afraid, and whatever is there in a whole human being, which is and. So moving into wisdom is also moving beyond judgment, beyond identification. It's a state of detachment of the separate I, detachment of the identification, even detachment of the I, because in wisdom the I is not important. It's about the process and not about identification. So let's leave it like this. We have a little break, a 5-minute break, and after 5 minutes there will be a beautiful guided meditation.
Okay. As we're coming back together again in order to meditate, the wisdom in us greets the wisdom in you. Or what's it all about? So let's find a comfortable position where we can really deeply relax into naturalness out of the head. And as you close your eyes, there's already a leaning backward inside the wonder of your own being here now. Just get a sense of that spacious bizarreness. Here you are. Let yourself lean back into the mystery behind that. The mysterious space of the inner world. In here where you are everywhere. And it can feel like you're resting your head backwards, leaning your head backwards into this open, vast, mysterious space of your own being. It can be a little like you're falling asleep, but you're totally awake. You're relaxing with each breath a little more deeply, leaning back into this old, familiar, mysterious space. Of whatever you are that's being here now. Just let yourself loosely become that formless awareness. Neither dark nor light. Neither formed nor formless. Neither inside nor outside. everywhere and nowhere. And as you lean back, just notice any tension or heaviness around the back of the head and the neck muscles, which is wanting to easily release now. The heaviness of the head, the innocence of where the neck meets the head. Maybe you can imagine you're opening a doorway at the base of the skull, between the tendons of your neck, and just allowing the mystery to move with your awareness. Softly and easily down your neck, over the skin surface of your back, to your shoulder blades. Maybe you can move a little bit between the shoulder blades, moving a little bit between the shoulder blades. Letting the shoulder blades talk a little bit to each other. Leaning back, letting any stress or tension from the shoulder blades be absorbed into the mystery of the chair or the bed or the air behind you. So you're feeling now both shoulder blades at the same time. And now moving again out to the skin surface. Just allow the mystery of your awareness to trace the skin surface down the sides of the spine and around the sides of the body like a hug of awareness. We're moving around the sides of the body. Awareness is now moving over the skin surface, around the sides of the body and down, down towards the navel, towards the belly button. Just let awareness move over the skin surface, gathering up like a pool of awareness around the navel. And as you find your awareness and consciousness arriving at the navel, perhaps you could imagine this is a doorway which is opening both ways now. As you find yourself seated and centered in this doorway, just sense the atmosphere around you. As you are breathing easily in and out, as you are centered in this doorway. And now very easily and gently we're going to move down over the skin surface with our conscious awareness to both hip bones, feeling the left hip and the right hip and the left hip again, letting them talk to each other. You can notice how the left hip is aware of the right hip. And we can notice how the right hip is aware of the left hip. And as you can feel both hips at the same time, Let yourself be supported by that structure. Now maybe we can connect with the left hip. And from the left hip, move through the air to the right knee. Just feel the bone and structure of your right knee. And from your right knee, let your consciousness easily and directly move down to beneath your left foot. Just feel where the left foot is there, full of wisdom. And then we can move across to beneath the right foot. And let these 2 feet communicate with each other. Now we connect again to the right foot, the bottom of the right foot. And directly and easily move up to the left knee. Feeling the structure of the left knee. Where has this left knee been? What has it seen? Feel its wisdom. As we move directly up again to the right hip. Connecting now again with both right and left hips. Sensing their structure. We're going to move up to form a triangle to where we are seated and centered in the navel. Maybe we can allow there to be some light moving through the navel area. As we breathe from here, let our conscious awareness rest here in this doorway. It opens both ways. Just let yourself relax even a little more deeply in this most natural position, seated in the doorway of the navel. Really let yourself own it. It's totally yours. Feeling the great space on both sides of the door. And letting whatever happens happen without interfering with it. Just centering and relaxing deeper and more easily. And from this space, which can expand to be as big as your body if you like, I'd like you to recall a time, a memory, or a situation which is very known to you. A known memory or situation. And let the known images appear. Let yourself look at these known images. Experiencing them maybe as if for the first time. And maybe there are known stories, a story you know so well, or phrases that you say to yourself that you know so well. And let yourself hear yourself say these things as if for the first time. And perhaps there are sounds, other sounds, in this memory or situation which are really known to you. Let yourself hear them now, in the here and now, as if for the first time. Is there a known taste or flavor that associates with this situation? A flavor or taste which is so known to you. What does the air taste like now? Maybe you can experience this taste as if for the first time. Experiencing the flavor, even without a label. What taste is in your mouth?
But yeah,
And perhaps the atmosphere or this situation or the energy of this memory has a particular scent, a particular smell, a known smell for you. Follow the known smell. Let yourself experience it as if for the first time. And now, just for a moment, I'd like you to reach out and touch something in this memory. To use the sense of touch. Touch something that you know the experience of touching it, but touch it now as if for the first time ever. And be free with the sense of touch. Let this situation or memory touch you. Maybe you can allow the mystery of where this situation or memory is touching you deep inside yourself. This place where this situation is touching you. Allow that experience of being touched as if for the first time. Now relaxing deeply in your whole body now. Let yourself become aware of the weight of the whole body and of the skin surface. Centered in your doorway in the navel and aware of your whole body here now. Perhaps you could open up to the energy of wisdom, the atmosphere of wisdom, how this beautiful body recognizes wisdom. We're allowing wisdom now to flow through this doorway into the memory or situation and to wherever else it needs to go. Just allow this wisdom to have a life of its own, to flow or move or appear wherever it needs to go. And how does wisdom want to be in this situation, this memory? How does wisdom want to appear here? How are we sensing the wisdom which is already here? How can we allow it to be free? And if you like, you can connect with both physical hands now. The left hand and the right hand, and both hands, as if for the first time. And just as we feel the movement of wisdom, the energy of wisdom, it's possible to share it through the hands. Just as the wisdom gathers up, we offer it. As we're resting now in a gentle permission to allow the flow of wisdom through the friendliness of this body into this memory and situation or any place where it needs to be. We're allowing the wisdom to be here, there, everywhere, and nowhere. We're allowing ourselves to be affected by this wisdom from the beginning of time till the end of our days. Always here now. Offering and sharing. Sharing and offering this vibration of wisdom moving through us with the whole natural world now, with the rivers, the trees, all the beings, the planets, the solar system, the mountains, the valleys, the caves, the creatures. And each time we offer, we rest more deeply in our doorway, centered timelessly, at ease. Okay, as we are coming back to the here and now, out of the pelvic silence, we want to thank everybody who's been joining us on the live stream, past, present, and future. Thank you for being here now with us. And we are here again next week, next Wednesday at the same time. Thank you for joining us and have fun.